Hereby call this meeting to order and ask everyone to please take their seats. We have a few guests with us today. We have Major Preston Lay with DPS, as well as Lieutenant Southall with DPS. Welcome. We also have Joey Kelly, OTA Director, as well as Joni Seymour, OTA Deputy Director. Welcome. Also Bobby Stem with General Contractors, Paul Zachary, City of Tulsa, welcome to you, and also Tom Robbins with Work Zone Safe. This time the Commission Executive Assistant will call the roll.
Mr. Boswell?
Present.
Mr. Studeville?
Here.
Miss Billy?
Here.
Mr. Freimiller? Mr. Dyson?
Here.
Mr. Alexander?
Here.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Jung?
Here.
Mr. Peterson?
All right. Item 94 is the approval of the minutes of the Transportation Commission meeting on July 6th of 2026. Do I have a motion to approve item 94?
Studeville motion.
Do I have a second?
Second, Alexander.
All right. Please cast your vote. All right. Motion passed. The consent docket contains item number 95. If any commissioner would like to discuss this item, you may do so at this time. Otherwise, I'll hear a motion of the approval of the consent docket.
Motion, Junk.
Do I have a second?
Second, Billy.
All right, please cast your vote. All right, motion passed. Item 96, engineering contracts. Mr. Nguyen, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. I'll be presenting item 96, the engineering contracts. This has one part today. Part A is in District 5 in Blaine County. This is on State Highway 51, beginning at the junction of State Highway 51A and extending east 8 miles. The department has selected MKEC Engineering for a total not to exceed value of $2,465,427 for this project. The construction phase of this project is included in the 8-year construction work plan. Happy to answer any questions on this project as well.
All right, you've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item number 96?
Billy, so move.
All right, do I have a second?
Second, Boswell.
All right, please cast your vote. All right, motion passed. Thank you very much. Item 97 is engineering contract supplements. Mr. Nguyen, you're recognized to continue.
Thank you, sir. Item 97 will come in 3 parts. Part A is the on-demand shop drawing review. The department previously selected 2 consulting firms to provide contract services. These firms are Consor North America and RRP Consulting Engineers. This supplement is a total aggregate increase of $500,000. Part B is the on-demand architectural services and preparation of building construction plans. This is supplement number 3. The department previously selected 2 consulting firms to provide contract services. These firms are CEC Corporation and CH Guernsey and Company. This supplement is a total aggregate increase of $3,500,000. This contract is primarily used to plan and design upgraded maintenance facilities and construction residencies for ODOT personnel across the state. ODOT has completed 2 of these facilities already at Overbrook and Tonkawa that combine multiple crews into one modern location. In addition, 6 facilities are under construction right now, with 3 others that are finalizing project development. Across the state, ODOT has 85 maintenance yards and 24 construction residencies, with a plan to optimize these locations to a total of 54. And then item C is in District 1, Wagner County. This is on State Highway 51, from the State Highway 51 and State Highway 16 junction, extending east 4.3 miles. This supplement is for additional engineering services. The department previously selected EST Incorporated for this project. The not-to-exceed total for this supplement is $47,110. The construction phase of this project is included in the 8-year construction work plan, and your approval is recommended, but happy to answer any questions.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item 97?
Motion, Studeville.
Second, Junk.
All right, please cast your vote. Motion passed. Thank you very much. Item 98 are the change orders with a cumulative total of $150,000 or less. This is for information only. Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to present.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I'd like to present item number 98, parts A through double B. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders of $150,000 or less. According to Oklahoma Administrative Code, these are presented for your information only, but I'd certainly be glad to answer any questions.
All right, if there are no questions, Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to continue to item 99, change orders with the cumulative total greater than $150,000.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, item 99, parts A through double B. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders greater than $150,000. Your approval is recommended, and I'd certainly be glad to answer any questions.
All right, you've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item 99?
Billy, so move.
And a second?
Second, Alexander.
All right, please cast your vote. Motion passed. Thank you very much. All right, item 100 is certain contract assignment and assumption agreement. Mr. Davis, you're recognized to present.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda number 100 is certain contract assignment and assumption agreement. Ellsworth Construction, LLC, and Overland Corporation have entered into a certain contract assignment and assumption agreement dated the 10th day of July 2026, which is attached to this item. Ellsworth has agreed to assign several of its contracts for highway construction to Overland. The department approves of this agreement and requests the Commission's consent to this assignment of all contracts listed in the agreement to Overland by resolution of the Commission pursuant to state law at Title 61, Section 120. Approval is recommended. And just a little context on this one, Mr. Chairman, we've done this a few times before. It's when one firm buys out another firm or ownership changes, we have to go through this. In this case, Contracting Partners Incorporated, which is the parent company of Overland, is buying out Ellsworth and using Overland. We're just simply transferring Ellsworth's contracts over to Overland.
Okay. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item 100?
Motion, Junk.
And a second?
Second, Boswell.
All right, please cast your vote. All right, motion passed. Thank you. All right, item 101 are the proposed bid openings. Ms. Bryant, you're recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Item 101, proposed bid openings, consist of the final September 2026, the tentative October 2026, and the tentative November 2026 bid openings. The department recommends approval.
All right, you've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item number 101?
Motion, Studeville.
And a
Second, Boswell.
All right, please cast your vote. Motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 102 is awards. Mr. Goka, you're recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Item 102 is the awards from the July bid openings. It will be in two parts. Part A is from the July 9th regular bid opening. It is recommended that the following items from the July 9th 2026 bid opening referred to by call order be awarded. 300, 310, 320, 325, 330, 340, 350, 370, and 380. Part B is from the July 16th, 2026 regular bid opening. It is recommended that the following items from the July 16th, 2026 bid opening referred to by call order be awarded: 400, 410, and 420. This concludes the recommendations, and approval is requested.
All right, you've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for the approval of item number 102?
Billy, so move.
Second?
Junk, second.
All right. Please cast your vote. Motion passed. Thank you. Item number 103 is the director's report. This is for information only. Mr. Dill, you're recognized to present.
Good morning again, Commissioners. A little bit of a light agenda today. Appreciate everybody's attendance, and going to talk about a little bit of important things here at the end of the Director's Report, so I appreciate your attention. Going to kick it off by discussing a national campaign that the DOT participated in last week, which was the Check Your Height, Know It's Right campaign. Us, along with 19 other states and the District of Columbia. This campaign encouraged drivers to check vehicle loads and make sure they were under legal heights for all the Oklahoma roads. Commercial vehicles are not the only culprits. Rented box trucks, RVs, travel trailers, they can all be too tall in some cases. Truckers and other haul drivers often use GPS and mapping tools that are designed for passenger vehicles, and they don't always warn you about the heights of these bridges. Drivers are responsible to know the height of their vehicle and complying with posted bridge heights. ODOT can support drivers with size and weight information and permits. Please visit the size and weight section of our website for more information. You're seeing an array here of pictures and videos, and I mentioned in our subcommittees, I hate talking about this subject because it generally always spurs something to happen. I'm not encouraging that, but I do encourage everybody to know exactly what it is you're towing across our system. OTA, unfortunately, a couple weeks ago had a pretty significant hit on the Will Rogers, so it can happen at any time. And there are often times where we don't get to see every hit. We don't get notified of it. Might happen at night. The impact might be minimal, but everything matters. We're currently in the middle of our annual bridge inspection. So catching a lot of these little things right now, but it's an important campaign. I really appreciate all of our communication efforts on that. I think it turned out well, and I'm glad we were able to participate. Just an update on the Build America 250 Act. Secretary has stated previously, it doesn't look like we are going to have a new highway bill by the end of September, which is what we would need in order to start the new fiscal year. We're going to be operating under a continuing resolution of the current IIJA program. This is nothing new than what we normally do. We've been doing it now for decades. Our team is not new to this, and so they will manage to it like they always do. And as soon as we have more information to bring to you, we'll make sure to update you accordingly. We have been busy this year, starting in May, on rebalancing our 8-year work plan. Inflation continues to be a huge impact for the cost of us doing business, so we continue to balance that reality while also being good stewards of our resources and trying to stretch that money as far as we can. We'll be working with you. If Stephanie hasn't sent you an invite yet, but we'll get your one-on-one meeting scheduled in September. Bring your district's plan to you, listen to any concerns you may have, anything that you would like to see differently, but hopefully get those here soon and then bring you a plan in October for you to review and approve at Commission. Just a quick project update. Our US 70 bridge, our Roosevelt Bridge over Lake Texoma. We are going to have a groundbreaking in September. Our date has been moved a little bit, so as soon as that gets firmed up, we'll make sure that you each get your individualized invitations for that. A lot of design work has been going on in the background. If you drive through there now, you'll see barges in the water. You'll see geotech teams drilling, taking samples, getting in preparation for that design activity. It is a monumental project for the state, specifically for the local citizens in the area. So very excited to celebrate the beginning and the groundbreaking. And as I mentioned, I'll be more excited when we cut a ribbon in about 2 or 3 years. That's when things always seem to kind of come full circle. We can look back on that process, and it has been a monumental one for the DOT. Extremely proud of all of our folks who have been in the middle of that. I just got back from a WashTow conference, and this was one of the main topics of conversation. They want to know how it is we've gotten this far, especially with federal participation. So looking forward to having some continued meetings in the next couple weeks in South Carolina to discuss that, but can't say enough good things about our group here and about our consultants and our contractor that's been a part of it. It will definitely change the way we deliver projects at the DOT if we can learn from this and looked for ways to expand on it in different situations. So I'm excited about it. Just a couple of upcoming projects to touch on. We have a good pavement rehab on US 69 around Pryor. It's a $37 million job that you looked at today. This will be reconstructing nearly 8 miles of pavement. This will extend from the State Highway 20 intersection in Pryor north to Adair, and traffic will be narrowed to 1 lane in each direction, and drivers should expect delays on that project, of course. And work is supposed to begin in November and looks like it'll last until early of 2028. Another significant project will be the I-35 widening around Goldsby. This is a $59 million project you saw today. This will be a widen and resurface of I-35 just south of that State Highway 9 intersection that we just completed, and that will expand the interstate from 4 to 6 lanes for approximately 4.5 miles. And I do bring this up and highlight that 4.5 miles, that'll be new construction for the widening of the interstate, 1 lane in each direction, but just a resurface of the existing 4 lanes. So that'll not be full reconstruction. And so yes, that is what $59 million buys you right now in our economy, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's considerably under our estimate, and these are the kind of things that we are managing to during the rebalance. It has been extremely impactful, kind of leaning into our new reality. It does make our plan start to seem a little bit different, a little bit more maintenance focused in some areas, trying to be mindful of new construction and what that means. Can't always get to the ultimate as quickly as we want to, but again, really proud of all of our field districts who've been taking that seriously and doing the best they can with the money that they are provided. We know these projects are going to be impactful when traveling, but please understand that progress takes patience. That is an important note today, so please bear with us. It is crazy that it is August. I'm not sure what happened to the summer. And with August comes a pretty big event, which is back to school for several of us. While it has been crazy to think about it already being here, if you are my wife who has been home with our 3 kids all summer, it's more of a blessing than a crazy thing. So she's been excited to get back in her routine this week. We want to encourage everyone to be mindful of the increased pedestrian traffic during this time. And that's not just in school zones, but that is all across our system. And our children are counting on you to pay attention and to help ensure that they can make it to and from the bus stop safely as they return to school. I'm sure everyone saw the variety of safety devices that are parked up front when you showed up this morning. I wanted to do that not only to showcase some new technologies we're looking at, but really want to have a conversation and bring awareness to something that we need to discuss a little bit more openly today, which is the safety of not only our employees, but the traveling public, specifically as it relates to distracted driving and our work zones. 880 is the number of crashes we have seen in our work zones this year. So from January 1 to the end of July, it's 880. And that system we pulled that information from, partnered with DPS, it can change a little bit here and there. We know it's all preliminary, but 880 on our system. 1,347 if you include all the local municipalities and county projects, many of which we are involved in, and we have employees, not only our employees, but our contractors, our consultants that are out in the middle of these projects. It's alarming. 1,347 across the state, only halfway through the year. Every one of us drove here today, and most of us didn't think twice about it. Driving is such a routine part of our lives that it's easy to forget that you are operating several thousand pounds of steel at highway speeds and the catastrophic impacts that can have if done improperly. The truth is that driving is one of the most consequential things that we will do every day, and distracting driving is one of the leading causes of preventable crashes in Oklahoma, right next to impaired driving. The expectation is that all Oklahomans should be able to operate their vehicles safely and also know that you're operating it sober and free of distractions. I want to talk about distracted driving, but I don't want to talk about it as an enforcement issue. I don't want to talk about it as a transportation issue. I want to focus on the human aspect of it a little bit this morning. We have the privilege to design, build, and maintain the roads and bridges that connect our state, but we also carry the responsibility of protecting those who build and maintain that infrastructure, which is why speaking about this subject is so important. I've been back at ODOT for almost 2 years. And in those 2 years, we have attended the funerals of 2 of our ODOT family members and 1 of our OTA family members who lost their lives in a work zone crash and whose deaths bring our total to 76 workers lost in the line of duty. And that is not even to mention the several incidents we've had just this summer with our employees involved in work zone crashes. And thankfully, they were all able to make it home to their families safe. When you drive through a work zone, you are not just driving through a construction project, you're driving through someone's workplace. And let me be clear, a work zone is not just a construction project. A work zone is created anytime one of us turns on our flashing red and blue lights and pulls over, whether to mow or pick up trash, make a roadway repair. That all represents a work zone all the same. We need to stop thinking of orange barrels and cones as an inconvenience. They represent mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, friends and family who are doing their jobs for the citizens of Oklahoma. They show up every day to make the state better, and at the end of every shift, they deserve to go home safely to their families. Distracted driving has been plaguing our roadways in Oklahoma, and it comes in many forms. That can be your cell phones buzzing, your navigation systems talking to you, your text messages coming through demanding your attention, your social media dinging, your emails wanting you to take a peek just while you're driving. Simply reaching for your lunch in the passenger seat or a piece of paper that may have fallen on your floorboard that you think, oh, no big deal, I can bend down and grab that real quick. Those things can wait. Distracted driving is a choice, and I want to be clear about that. It is a choice that everybody who operates a vehicle makes, just like wearing your seatbelt is a choice, and just like obeying the speed limit. When you drive distracted, you put every person on the roadway at risk, including other motorists, passengers, pedestrians, cyclists, first responders, and law enforcement, children at the school bus stop. One glance away from the road is all it takes to change someone's lives forever. Let me say that again. One glance away from the road is all it takes to change someone's life forever, including your own. We are committed to doing our part in making work zones as safe as possible. We will continue to look for the newest technologies and to invest in ways to keep our people and the traveling public safe. And even with all those cones, barrel signs, flashing lights, safety messaging, wrong way detection systems, and everything else that ODOT can think of, we are still begging for the public's attention and for you to do your part. Safety ultimately depends on the decisions that you make behind the wheel. And the message today is simple. Do your part and put away your distractions while operating your vehicle. The next time you enter a work zone, please don't think about how quickly you can get through one of our work zones, but think about the people that depend on you to drive like their lives matter. Give them your attention, give them your patience and your respect. Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the time today. Thank you for letting me elaborate a little bit. I would like everybody, if you get a chance, when you walk outside, to look at that mobile work zone that our team has set up. I'm very appreciative of getting that set up. It showcases a new technology we have out there currently, which is a digital message board mounted to one of our vehicles. So we're used to kind of towing those signs out, and the general public is used to seeing those signs get towed out onto the shoulder. These are actually on the truck, so when we pull over and turn on those red and blues, we can also put up an immediate message, just trying to do anything we can to grab your attention. We have one of those currently and looking to purchase several more throughout the state. But if you get your time, just please go by there and look at that and recognize that we need you to understand what those are when you see them on the side of the road and how important those are and what they represent. Because again, I've got 2,250 family members back here who are really counting on all of us to pay attention, and anything that we can do to get the public's attention is definitely a day well spent. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, TJ. I know that that's not an easy message for you to give, and I appreciate your compassion. And as commissioners, as we're all driving here this morning, me coming from Elk City, I'm going through multiple work zones, and to most of the traveling public out there, that's a hindrance. And for us, there's a little more pride involved, right? I mean, we're proud of what you and your team do across the state. We're proud of our own highways and look forward to those being done and how nice it's going to be. And yes, there will always be future projects, thank goodness, because lots of things need to be done around this state. So thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Any other comments?
I would just like to say thank you very much to all the employees across the state that work for ODOT, and ask for the driving public again, just as you have, to be more careful, slow down. I'm not the best at it. I need to do a better job along with everybody
All of
else
us,
probably.
yep.
We all could do better, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
If If there's not any more comments, then I'll hear a motion for item 104, which is adjournment.
Motion Junk.
In a second.
Second, Billy.
All right, please cast your vote. Motion passed. We are adjourned. Have a great day, everyone.